that Flint is facing, that the federal government bore some responsibility. Now, we can argue about how much lands at the state. I think the majority of the responsibility is the states. But I would agree that this is failure at every level of government, and my Republican colleagues went so far as to call for a cabinet member of the president to resign because the federal responsibility was so great that the member of the president's cabinet should step down because it was the federal government who bore responsibility in part. But suddenly, when it's time to actually do something to help the people of Flint, what do we have? All of a sudden the narrative changes. All of a sudden what was a federal problem with clear federal accountability and responsibility, universally demonstrated by my friends on the other side of the aisle, when it comes time to take up a paid-for piece of legislation that will not increase the deficit, but will help these poor folks who cannot drink their water, what do we get? Shuffling of their feet, stunned silence, nothing. Nothing. Shame. Shame. What would you do if it was your hometown?
Gentleman's time has expired.
What would you do if it was your community?
Gentleman is recognized for 1 additional minute.
You know what you would do. You'd step to the floor of this House and you would make sure every single day you fought to get help for your community. One of the first votes I cast when I came here was to help victims of a storm that was nowhere near my home, and I was proud to do it because they were Americans who happened to be in. What is it about Flint? What is it about the people of Flint? Answer me. What is it that separates them, that has them in a position where their federal government can't come to their aid, when they can't drink the water, when the water that comes from their tap is poison, and we have a chance to do something about it without increasing the federal deficit, with an offset that's already identified, and I hear nothing from the leadership of this House that gives any indication that the people of Flint matter at all. Shame. Shame. We ought to act, and we ought to do it now. Not maybe 3 months from now. Not, oh, Flint, maybe we'll get you in the next bill. Maybe the next piece of legislation. Shame.